Sonic CD is the weirdest classic Sonic game I've ever played, and I kinda love it. I have so much to say about this game because it just connected with me. If you guys don't know, I'm making a series in which I will play every Sonic game in chronological order, and I'll also be streaming the whole thing on YouTube. I played Sonic CD, released for the Sega CD in 1993. After this one is Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It's a lot different than the other Sonic games I've played. So basically in Sonic CD there is a time traveling mechanic. You trigger the past and future signs by going fast, and if you go into the past and destroy a robot generator, you trigger a good future. The good future has a different level aesthetic than the bad future, and also different music. On this playthrough, I missed 2 of the good features, and so I didn't get it this time. But I do like the concept of this game. The soundtrack is definitely unique as it's full CD quality. Some people swear by the Japanese soundtrack, but I do think that the American soundtrack is still good, so I'm using it. But if you like the Japanese soundtrack, then it's all good for you. This is also the game that Metal Sonic and Amy are introduced. So for the story, a basic rundown is that there's this planet called Little Planet that for whatever reason only appears once a year. So Dr. Eggman put a shell around it and anchored it to a mountain. He also went to the past and put robot generators, hence causing the bad future where Eggman has total control. Then in the second level, Collision Chaos, Sonic meets Amy, who is then kidnapped by Metal Sonic. Then in the level Stardust Speedway, Metal Sonic challenges Sonic to a race, which Sonic wins and frees Amy. He then goes to Metallic Madness and defeats Eggman, which causes Little Planet's shell to crumble. So now let's talk about my experience zone by zone. When I saw Palm Tree Panic, I was like, wow, this is like Green Hill. And it was, but it did serve as a good introduction level. I had fun there, still kinda like Green Hill. Next, Collision Chaos. Here is where I thought the level design starts to get not as obviously clear with where I want it to go, but I still didn't have any problem yet with being confused. The one thing I didn't like about this level is that it has so many bouncy things, which makes it annoying when you randomly run into one and it sends you the other way. Oh, and the boss fight is harder because it has this pinball table thing that you have to use to get up to Eggman. That's pretty much it. Now, Tidal Tempest. I don't like this zone because it has a lot of water which makes Sonic run slower. And you have to remember not to drown. At least the drowning theme isn't in this game for some reason. I like the music for it anyway. After that I went to Quartz Quadrant. The gimmick of this level is that there are conveyor belt things that you can switch to by moving the sign next to them. I found them minorly annoying, but got through the level fine. In this level I found it harder to get enough speed to go into the past. And then there's Wacky Workbench, which personally bullied me. This is the one where you bounce each time you go onto the floor, and you have to go all the way down without touching the floor to reach the end of the level. I found this level overall doable but annoying, especially with the mechanic. I felt like as soon as I got down, I bounced. After that is Stardust Speedway. This is a level where you get to go pretty fast, though for me the way the level is structured makes it a bit confusing on which way you're supposed to go. I got lost a couple times when figuring out where to go. I did still have fun. Also, I was jamming out to the music. At the end of the level, you race Metal Sonic to the death, which is actually the most important story point that you can actually play in-game, even more than the final boss, which I will talk about later. Eggman comes with this giant dramatic laser so that if you start lagging behind, boom, zap, you're done for. My major complaint with this race is that there are so many things to jump over, and if you mess up, you will get lasered and restart. I didn't beat it the first time, but I did get it the second time. Now for the next level, and the final level, Metallic Madness. This is where I got the most confused. There were these tube things that you can use to travel in different directions. I found it relatively boring as you can't really go that fast in this level, and it had kind of confusing level design, especially with the tubes. It did function as a final level, because it really does have that Eggman took over vibe with the bad future. Remember how I said the Metal Sonic race was more important than the final boss? The final boss just happened. It wasn't dramatic like Sonic 1 or 2, it just felt like another zone boss. After the intensity of racing Metal Sonic with that laser in the back, the actual final boss was very anticlimactic. Now here are my overall thoughts on comparing it. Compared to Sonic 1 and 2, which are somewhat straightforward, Sonic CD's level design is all over the place, and it can be confusing for new players to figure out where to go. The level design is definitely unique compared to Sonic 1 and 2, and it's also more complex in my opinion. The whole time travel and good future mechanic isn't well explained in game, so you would have to figure it out, look it up online, or read the manual. It can be tedious to get the good future. To get the good future, even time traveling itself is annoying, because you have to find a pass sign and a place where you can go fast enough to time travel. After that, you have to locate the generator locations, and you have to do this for Act 1 and 2 for every level. For me, this got really tedious to try and time travel, and I can see why players might not bother with it. I do think that the time traveling mechanic is cool with the 4 different versions of levels: present, past, good and bad future, just not fun to actually do. I thought the story was more ambitious than Sonic 1 and 2, which were just stop Eggman and free the animals. They had entire animated cutscenes for the start and the good and bad ending, which I thought was pretty cool for a game from 1993, and it still looks great today. For speed, Sonic 2 is still faster because CD focuses more on exploration, and that's fine. And for my thoughts on the music, I thought it was pretty unique. The CD quality audio means there was a lot of freedom, and it's very unique compared to Sonic 2's more upbeat J-pop tunes. I'm not really a music person, so not very good at describing it, but it's very unique compared to Sonic 2. I had a fun time listening to it, even on the US soundtrack. Sonic 2 was more catchy melodies. Sonic CD was weird in the best way. More interesting and also maybe a bit atmospheric. Because of this, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 just for different reasons compared to Sonic 2. And that's my Sonic CD review. Make sure to stay tuned for my upcoming Sonic 3 and Knuckles video. Goodbye!